class. As most of you know, I was an under siege style cook in the Navy, and throughout my time in the Navy I learned how to cook some pretty mean dishes. I know a lot of people out there don't really have that many skills at cooking, so today I was going to prepare you one of my favorite dishes, Penne alla vodka, and I was going to show you a step-by-step process on how to do that. First things first is make sure you have a clean counter, clean area. You want to have a cutting board, a sharp knife. This one is the Shun. It's one of my favorite brands. It's a Japanese brand. It's lightweight, very sharp. A homing steel to sharpen up your blade. It doesn't really sharpen up, it just gets off the metal embers. But give that a couple whacks. Hear that? That's how you know it's usually sharp. You don't want to ever run your finger like this. You'll slice yourself open. So once you've got your equipment all ready to go, you want to have your ingredients. Some of the ingredients I'm doing with in a penne alla vodka, it's basically cream sauce, crushed tomatoes, penne noodles with vodka sauce or vodka in there. That makes it a perfect sauce recipe. It's delightful for taste buds. It's an Italian-American dish. So let's get started. I'll show you some cutting techniques. Okay, now that we have all our ingredients out, I'll go over with them with you. We're going to need 2 cans of whole peeled tomatoes. Don't get the flavored kind, plain is the best. You want 1 can of tomato paste, 1 whole bulb of garlic, about 1/3 of an onion, ½ pound of pancetta. You can pick this up at Publix. Fresh basil, some olive oil, vodka. You want to get a premium vodka. One of my favorites is Vodka. They're always good. Now you get that or Absolute. You want some sugar, penne noodles of course, and your cooking station. Okay, for preparation, with these whole tomatoes, I already have one open right here, is you want to crush them by hand. Let's get our hands washed. This meal doesn't take that long. I guess it all depends on the amount you're making it for. But probably around a ½ hour for the sauce to actually cook and gel together. So once you got in this, you want to kind of block your hand from the juices squishing up in your face. Squishing the tomatoes from being whole is a lot better than buying just crushed tomatoes that you get in the can that says crushed. When you buy those, it's not as chunky, and you're looking for an actual chunky, tomatoey taste and texture for this recipe. So this is about like the consistency you want. Right about like that. So that's about how I like it. Pretty much the main time-consuming thing for this recipe is just preparation. This is one of my own recipes that I've kind of tinkered around and perfected myself. I saw like a similar recipe like this on Food Network years and years ago, but then I just added more vodka it's not gonna get you drunk or anything. It's gonna eventually just cook off. It's just great flavor. The pancetta in there just makes the dish, I believe. Now that we got all our tomatoes crushed up the way we want them, we're gonna get our saucepan out right here and turn the heat up to about 5 or 6, a medium heat. Olive oil, probably about 2 tablespoons. Get that nice and hot. You want to get your bulb of garlic out. Cut off the end here. It's gonna be trash. You know how garlic can be very difficult to get out of its casing, so doing that method I just did with holding a knife over it, pressing on it, kind of just splits it in half, and like the husk can come out pretty well. Slippery and sticky. Alright. Now that we have the husk all removed, kind of a pet peeve about keeping a clean area. Maybe we're always taught clean as we go. You never run into issues of finding trash in your food. Anything like that, so oil's getting nice and warm here. Now with the garlic, you're just gonna have it's gonna be soaking in your sauce the entire time, so you're gonna have to eventually retrieve it out. So I like to make nice little chunks so they're easy to find. I want to cut them open so it releases the flavors a lot better. So I'll do like cut them in quarters almost. That's good. Just got my garlic going. Okay, one thing I forgot to add, crushed red pepper. Gives it a good little kick. Let that cook. Alright, so I put about 2 tablespoons of some crushed red pepper in there. Level, not heaping. So you want to get your onions. That was about 1/3 of an onion in there. I know this looks like a lot of ingredients, but entire portion here makes enough vodka sauce and, of course, the noodles for about 8 people. So, I mean, if you have like 2 people in your family or household, either, you know, have enough for a week or so, which I definitely love doing, or you know, just cut down the portions. Just simple math, fractions, something we should all be able to do. So while that's going, you want to take your pancetta, it's about a ½ pound here, and boom goes the dynamite. So you get that going and stirring well. It's going to take a while just to brown, so give it a little stir. You don't want to be stirring it all the time, otherwise it won't even cook. So just get it nice and saturated in the olive oil. All the flavors just mixed together. Okay. Alright, as you can see here, the pancetta is nice and brown. Garlic has got a good crispness on there, and the onions are nice, well glazed, all mixed in. Once you reach this step, you're going to take your vodka. I have 350 milliliters here. Good vodka. And this process is called deglazing. Now what's happening now is the vodka is heating, or getting up to temperature with the rest of the food. And the next step that happens in the pan is you're going to start seeing a lot of steam and whatnot. That's going to be the alcohol emitting from the actual vodka. Sorry. Once you know the vodka's reached the temperature, it's a little strong. You're going to want to add tomato paste, about a couple tablespoons of that. And then you're going to start finishing your sauce. You got your tomatoes and your basil after that. So once this heats up to temperature, I'm gonna go ahead and throw my paste in there and get going on that. What I love to do with Penne vodka is have bread to dip in. Italian food can't be Italian food, I tell you. It's the comfort food of America. I mean, you're not Southern. Okay, so it's at a light boil here, so that's about where you want to be for the alcohol to actually be steaming out. So we got that going on. The next step is to add tomato paste. Strong. So I've got that in there. Just mix it around. Alright, here's the consistency that I have right now with the sauce. So you want it a little thicker than that. So maybe add another tablespoon of tomato paste. Making your own recipe, most of the time you just kind of wing it. But eventually, like, I made this so many times and people always want to know what was in it. I'm revealing a secret to you guys with actually all these ingredients and measurements here. I don't really do it to a lot of people. You guys are special. So once your tomato paste has got a good thickness, you don't want to let it sit, otherwise it'll just burn and I'll just destroy the sauce. Okay, so we got a good thickness. We're going to start adding our juices. Okay, I just added my crushed tomatoes here. The next thing you want to do is season it. So you're going to put about a teaspoon of salt, or salt to taste. You can always add more later. Remember, never always put too much, you can ruin it. Always add more later. Same with pepper, about a teaspoon. And about 2.5 tablespoons of sugar. Stirring the spices here. The next step is to add your basil. So I just use 1 whole pack of basil here. About 8 to 10 sprigs. That's including like the bases of them. So we get that all stirred up. Alright, so we got all that all stirred up. Now, once your sauce is like simmered for about 30 minutes, this is just the waiting part now. Your sauce is going to simmer for about 30 minutes, like I said, and once that time hits, you're going to want to find all those pieces of garlic that you cut up and placed in earlier, and remove them, as well as the basil that you just added. It's just going to sit there and soak in all the flavors, so you don't really need it to eat. But we'll do that. And put a lid on it. And put it down to a 3. And constantly check it, you know. If you have a problem with memory, set a timer for every 5 to 10 minutes or so. And come back and just stir it. Once you've taken out your garlic and basil, that's about the same time you want to start your water for your penne noodles. Water doesn't take that long to get to a boil, so once you get it to a boil, throw in your penne noodles, and your dish should be, you know, ready 5 to 8 minutes after that. After you take out those items out of the sauce, you want to have about 3/4 of a cup to about a half a quart of heavy whipping cream. You can also add cheeses or extra whipping cream if you want your sauce a little thicker. But that's a pretty basic penne alla vodka sauce. Not adding as much cream isn't going to be as bad for your health. But yeah, so once you complete this, you're going to have an excellent dish, wanting to make it all the time. And if you make it for other people, they're going to want you to make it. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed the little cookout that we have going on here. So, alright, see you next time.